Hi, I'm Lori Dubin, and I'm going to talk to you about separation agreements. And I'm going to talk to you about prenuptial agreement. You know what? I'm just going to talk to you about domestic agreements because they're all under that umbrella. You're always better off making an agreement about how things will work out in the relationship if the relationship doesn't work out. And the reason why you're better to do that in advance is because everybody is still happy and in love. When you're upset and the relationship seems like it's over, it's less likely that you're going to be able to be reasonable. So you should do it in advance. Now, some people will go to the internet and they will print off an agreement and they will sit down at, we call it the kitchen table agreement. They will sit down at the kitchen table and they will draft it out. No spelling mistakes, and they think that that's just fine, but it's not. Those agreements will not be legally enforceable in most circumstances. That's because you need to have something called a certificate of independent legal advice. It's not a certificate saying that the lawyer approves of your agreement. It's a certificate saying that the lawyer went through the agreement with you, piece by piece, provision by provision, to make sure that you thoroughly understand the rights and consequences arising from the agreement. Down the road, if the relationship doesn't work out, that certificate that each party has attached to the agreement will be significant to the judge. The judge will look at that and know that each party has been informed about the rights and consequences. So let's say we get to court and the other party says, I didn't really understand what I was giving away when I said that I was going to give them half the car. And the judge will say, well, what do you want us to do? And the person will say, well, we want you to throw out the contract and let me keep the full car. But if you have independent legal advice evidenced by a certificate, the judge will say, well, you knew what you were signing when you signed that agreement. So the agreement is enforceable and you're going to have to give half of the car just like you promised. Don't do an agreement without independent legal advice. A simple mediator cannot give you independent legal advice that you need in order for your agreement to have maximum enforceability. A law student can't give it to you. It has to be a lawyer. It has to be done in a specific way for you to get the value that you're expecting to get out of it. Come see me or email me by going to www.torontodivorcelaw.com. You'll find me on that website and I'll show you how to get a contract together that can stand up to any argument.